This is Tea Time with the ladies, and today's discussion will be on Pride and Prejudice. Well, first I'll show you guys a favorite quote in the book. Mrs. Bingley says this: "A woman must have a thorough knowledge of music, singing, drawing, dancing, and the modern languages to deserve the word. And besides all of this, she must possess a certain something in her air and a manner of walking, the tone of her voice, her address, and expressions, or the word will be half deserved." And Mr. Darcy adds that, and to all of this, she must yet add something more substantial in the improvement of her mind by extensive reading. And this is on the topic of being a perfect woman, an accomplished one. What do you guys think about this?
Well, it's just interesting how many rules there are to be accomplished. Because really, you can be accomplished by doing just like one thing or being, I don't know, you still need to have all those aspects, and it's just so much pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot to put on one person to say in order to be perfect. You have to do this list of like 20 things.
And like the passage is almost comical and definitely satirical, but at the same time, you kind of still have those same requirements, just on a lesser level. Like they're not talked about so openly,
but you really should be pretty, and you need to be able to read, and you need a job.
Well, I mean, because if you meet like an illiterate woman, you're just like, oh. Like,
you have to be well educated and know what's going on in the world.
I think it's interesting that Mr. Darcy wants all these things, in a woman, and then Elizabeth is just kind of like, well, like, I haven't met anyone, like, I don't think I've met anyone that has all of these things, and
she basically says that they're outrageous. Yeah. All the conditions for a perfect woman are outrageous, but she still kind of tries to adhere to those conditions anyways. She is pretty, she's well educated, she can play the piano a little bit, she's,
and
she's good at conversation.
It is a little bit ironic, at least like Darcy is open about these things, but Elizabeth kind of looks for the same qualifications in a man. Exactly. She's just more closed off about it, and doesn't share that with the world.
She's not going to tell anyone that's what she expects, and if you don't seem like you meet those goals, then there's no chance that she's going to even give you a chance to
she didn't even consider marrying Mr. Collins.
Alright, women then and now.
Yes.
How they're different. Obviously, like, women can have a job. They're not, like, necessarily, like, have to be married.
There's still some fussy little social rules that everyone still adheres by that are, like, over 200 years old, but
everybody does. And then, like, there's those people that, like, really voice their opinion. You're like, I can't believe that you'd say something like that. But, everybody really has that voice, like, you're not married yet?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
okay.
Like, I think you had said, it's better to be divorced.
Yeah.
Than not to be married at all, because if you're not married, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. It's like an old cat lady.
Yeah. The spinstress is not the cat lady. And how many cats can you have? But I thought that was interesting. And then, all the sisters in the book, each one is, like, slightly different, Mary is obviously the smart one. She's more quiet, doesn't really look at men.
And I think that's precisely why she's such a minor character in the book, is because she's not concerned about marriage and her social image yet.
Yeah. But it's sad that everyone just looks at her like she's a fool. And even though she's, like, one of, I don't know, more accomplished of them. Yeah. And then Jane is really quiet, like, reserved.
She's kind of the perfect
lady. The perfect lady.
Doesn't show her feeling.
Yeah.
But not
she really follows all those rules with what to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny how that almost ended up breaking her relationship with Bingley.
Yeah. It was almost disastrous.
I think Austen definitely does that on purpose.
Yeah.
As a satire to show that even if you do follow all those rules,
you can't have a relationship without saying how you feel.
Yeah. And then, Elizabeth is witty. She, like, cares. She wants to be smart. And she has so many, like, rules of her own on men. Like, men have to be a certain way for her.
She's allowed to defile the rules, but, if you skip one of her, like, prerequisites, then,
But at the same time, she says that she would defile the rules, but
she doesn't.
She doesn't. She's still she still adheres to society's pressure.
And she, like, really cares how, like, the family looks and how everyone acts.
She really makes into it.
But that's like how you see like society like controlling each one of us. Like no matter how much we want to break out of that shell, like we really can't. Like we're like
well, even if you break out, then you're just like going into some other like I don't know.
Yeah, some other
like stereotype. And then the mother, I mean,
poor Mrs.
Yeah.
Bennet.
Mrs. Bennet.
She just tries so hard, and automatically no one likes her. She's just a big fool that, you know, her one goal in life is to get all her daughters married. But she does end up succeeding.
Right. Yeah. Only because she takes like a leadership role that's more masculine than feminine. She's just really pushy and like in your face.
She's aggressive with what she wants.
Some people don't like her as much because she doesn't act so feminine.
Yeah.
I mean, she does get what she needs to get done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, but women today are still like, if you're too pushy, if you're too aggressive about something, people are going to be like, you're like kind of like, ooh, I don't know.
Like, it's either like,
it's not,
the bitchy boss that's a woman, or like the stern male boss, and the man who's like in charge is going to be, I don't know,
preferred.
More
accepted.
And people are going to like him better, whereas like if you have like a female boss who's just like on top of it, wants you to get things done, then you're just going to be annoyed. Like, no one's going to look up to her. Which is, like, interesting, I guess.
Sad.
I mean,
you can't really, like, succeed with it then.
Yeah.
Like, you make it all that way.
But I thought it was interesting how the book is based on little social customs. And
there's, like, absolutely no action in the book whatsoever. It's really funny. Yeah, like, cute little sexy arguments. Like, it's funny to read, especially for a lot of women, but for a lot of guys,
it doesn't get you that far. It's just gonna like.
Well,
I think that's Austen's intent too. Is just to show us how silly it is.
But at the end of Pride and Prejudice, I mean, all the women get married.
Yep.
Despite what
typically.
They say.
Yeah. I mean, they have to get married in order to survive. In order so they're not living on the street.
So it just kind of proves that we all, in the end, even if we want to like fight society, we all end up conforming.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny how
sad truth.
Kitty gets married first, almost. Like, oh well. All right, and that concludes our Pride and Prejudice tea party.
Please enjoy.
Yes.